Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are back. We are ahead. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It is I, your world healer, and we are ready to roll, y'all. As you can see, even on the screen, I just put back up for us uh, to get reconnected into the main message before I start breaking down the 12 signs, starting with Taurus. It's your Earth Day, Taurus. I see you, so y'all get a special treat. And we're going to set it off with you guys. So buckle up, get ready, because, we're fired up, we're ready to go, and we want to travel safely, right? We don't want to hurt nobody. So let's go. Uh, just welcome, stay connected with me by liking, subscribing, sharing, turning on your notifications, and of course, requesting an invoice for the slideshow. Always home of the $1.99 slideshow, just so you can stay connected to the information while you're not necessarily watching this video, okay? In our main spread, the 5 of Earth, the 7 of Fire, and the 2 of Water, our collective message was tough times, aka changes, because many of us experience, when we get to the points in our lives, which happen frequently, more frequently now than ever, seems like, right? Where we're called on to make changes. It can be perceived as a tough time. 5 of Earth is the card of hard times, ill health, rejection, having to give up everything. But it is also the card of growth and progress, albeit slow, growth and progress nonetheless. And it's also a card of changes. My 5s and my 10s are cards of changes. 5s, the changes you can control. 10s, the changes that are beyond your control. Y'all will see in the cards coming up, a couple of the signs got 10s, okay? So there's a message there about letting go and letting God, because it's a wrap for you. It's to that point where you have no other choice but to surrender, to accept, to let go and let God, and just be, just sail and float and be, and you might as well fucking enjoy life, even through the 5 of Earth hard times, even through the ill health, even through the rejection, even through the perceived negative change in your circumstances. Even in the midst of that, it is still an energy, the 5 of Earth, of growth, of progress, of changes you can make. You're totally in control. Changes for the better at that. And it is my card of spiritual hunger. You so hungry for it. It's deeper than food. I know it's Taurus season. I know did y'all reach out to a Taurus near you and check on them and ask them if they're hungry? That's an inside joke. If you haven't seen the main message for Taurus season, refer back. I'll put a card in the link in the video right now so you can have easy access. But yeah, we catch up before you just dig into these signs, because I've already started digging into these signs in the main message, FYI. So we've got the 5 of Earth down pat, right? These tough times, this change. 5s are changes. Most of the time, tough changes. 5 of Earth, 5 of Fire, 5 of Water, 5 of Air, right? All of them. And so then we're shown this 7 of Fire, this inner hour, and it's us. It's our inner fire. When you're talking about, you see there on the screen now, self-defense, my inner fire, my wands, my fire. And how, especially with the 2 of Water right next to it, we see this divine reunion, this divine reconnection. to us, to our fire. Interestingly enough, I reunited with a fire sign person, literally since I've recorded the main video in between then and now. And so look, when I'm breaking down these messages, when I'm channeling these messages for us, I want you to listen with you in mind. See yourself in the story, because this is for you, whoever you are. This message is for you. Whatever sign I'm on, this message is for you. As a reference to yesterday's video, the main presentation for the Taurus season, woo woo, all my bulls, stand up. Shout out to the bull, all the bulls who are a part of the Growing Mamas Babies Nation. Charged. I pray y'all are charged up and ready to just body your season. Y'all got the money season. What? Y'all got the season of being bound and determined to hit your goal. What? Y'all got the season of being hungry for what you want. What? Reconnecting to your inner fire at that. This message is for you, Taurus. It's for all of us, but it's being channeled through this, your season, for a reason. So enjoy. Happy Earth Day. Let's keep it moving, y'all. We're reconnecting to our inner fire, and that's why the tough times come. Be thankful for the tough times. The Earth message is a message of groundedness. Okay? Not being anxious, not being impulsive. I know we still got some Aries energy pulling up the rear. We still got Mercury out of its retrograde zone, going through Aries. Gonna link up in Taurus soon. As of April 27th, it'll finally be in Taurus. But we got Mercury still holding up the rear in Aries. Y'all know Mercury wrecks shop wherever Mercury is, which typically isn't too far away from the sun. Sun's already in Taurus. Mercury's joining the Taurus party on the 27th, as I just mentioned. And so Mercury's still here in Aries. Chiron, the wounded healer, is still here in Aries. So our inner fire, Aries, our inner fire, where the fire starts, Aries sets off the whole new year. Aries sets off the whole new spring season coming up fresh out of winter. Okay? And it's a time of balancing. It's an equinox, spring equinox that Aries sets off. So it's a time of balance, and that's balancing us. The tough times, aka the changes. See, we can initiate change. Fives are the changes we can control. It's not out of our control. We control whether we're wasting time or money or energy, our physical energy with the earth. It's our physical body. What are you doing with your body? Are you wasting the days of your youth? Are you wasting the days of not life being very different than it was 2 months ago? And so we're in this together. The tough times are gifts and blessings, so much so that when we're at the bottom of the deck, we see, bam, speaking of gifts, we get an ace. We get the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. The gift has come in the form of brilliant ideas. We got time today. We're not wasting it anymore. We're using it to earn instead of waste. Earn actual pentacles, coins, cash, money. Earn something of value, something that is valuable to not just you. We're reconnecting, remember? That starts with us, this reconnection with self, this calling a truce with self, this resolving conflict with self first, certainly then the others around us, but it's our inner fire where this thing starts and where we're looking at this through the eyes of whether you're in a committed partnership or not, okay? The commitment starts with self first. And so then, yes, speaking of self, bottom of the deck, the ace, the one, the self, the I, it looks literally like a letter I. And that is the opening ourselves up to, I was going to say brilliance and then literally already put it on the screen. We're opening ourselves up to rely on us, I, me, our own brilliance, our own ideas, our own awarenesses. Later on, you'll on one of these, where is it? It actually says aha moment, with what this card feels like. It's the Ace of Swords is the card of air, all the air signs, not this one right here. Because you'll see here later on, I'll mention that in the entirety of the cards that we got, the 6 main cards, the three in the main spread, okay, main cards, 5 of earth, 7 of fire, 2 of water, that's 3 cards. The bottom of the deck, 9 of earth, ace of air, 6 of fire, that's 6 cards in our main spread. Main spread and bottom of the deck is the entirety of our, the spread that I covered in the original, in the main video, right? Okay. So that's 6 cards. Just keep this in mind. And then out of all of the signs, all of the 12 signs, we start off with a 6 for Taurus, by the way. But out of all of the signs, we get 2 more 6 cards. Y'all just saw it, the 6 of water and the 6 of air. And so out of 4, 6 cards, we, in the entirety of our spread, the main spread, the 6 in the main spread, and then the 12 individual ones, we got 3 out of 4 of them. That's a message, y'all. So I had to break that down. And I obviously had looked at this beforehand, and I knew that this actually said aha, but that's the energy of this Ace of Swords that is our gift collectively. This message is for all. I still haven't started breaking down the signs yet. And even when I do break down the signs, know that every sign is you. Every sign is in you. Every sign is being experienced by you, and you're experiencing it through a particular area of life, a particular area of your chart. In astrology, they're called houses. There are 12 of them, and they correspond to the different signs. They're governed by the different 10 main planets. Okay, so the 6s, y'all, we got 3 out of 4 6s, so that's a message about the aha. And then the Ace of Swords is the aha card. That's what I'm describing. That these ahas, our own brilliance. That's brilliance, baby. When in an instant, in a moment, you can open up. You don't have to wait. It's here. The card is on the table for us in this divine Taurus season. You can open up we can open up successfully at any moment to our own brilliance, to our own awarenesses, to our own ahas, to our own ability to stop wasting time and start utilizing that time instead to open up to a higher. The hand is of God. This is a higher intelligence that wants to gift us with something to grow on. We're clearly seen respectively and win. We're being seen as the 6 of Wands, literal victory, as well as the Ace of Swords being a card of victory. But we're in our fire, in our fireness that we reconnected to, right? 7 of Wands, 7 of fire. We end on the 6 of Wands, the 6 of fire, which is the victory. That brought us victory. We win. We're getting a preview of coming attractions. We win. We're successful. We grow. We have victory. We're flourishing with the 9 of earth, the 9 of pentacles. Okay, so just enjoy it. If I was doing a personal reading for somebody, and these cards came up, what do you tell somebody with a spread like this? Goddamn, open up to victory and enjoy flourishing. we can successfully rely on our own brilliant selves for support, for the support that we require. We feel like we need, well, I need money. Spirit has already shown us that we're going from the 5 of earth to the 9 of earth. We're going from hard times to flourishing victoriously, successfully. So people, it's almost like sometimes when I do readings or have done readings before, that people, they're almost praying for bad news. It's like, well, you just, I literally had one lady not too long ago. She says, well, you can tell me the truth, even if it's, you don't have to just tell me what you think I want to hear. And I'm thinking, dang, you actually have a great ass reading. Just accept it. And I've done readings for this person before, so it was like, wow, some people can be so attached to hard times and wasting time and wasting money, or not seeing their ability. With the 5, like, once again, they're my majors, and the changes you can do something about. You can initiate these changes, and everybody doesn't have that fire in them. That's why the message is here, that there's a divine opportunity while the sun is in Taurus, while the very Venus that rules Taurus, that talks about ease, that talks about comfort. These are things that we can do something about. 7 of fire, reconnecting to this defiance. You give it all you got. You find a way. Fire signs, we don't really just talk a lot. We just got out of Sun and Aries season. Y'all know Aries? Like, I've known some Aries in my lifetime, and they don't need any invitation. They're not waiting on an invitation to give something all they've got, to find a way. You don't have to just beg them to assert their energy. That's gonna get done. And so we're being called on collectively with these messages, y'all. No matter what your sign is, you don't have to be a fire sign. We're collectively being called to reconnect our inner fires. Like I just got through saying, we all have Aries somewhere in our chart. We all have Leo and Sagittarius somewhere in our chart. We're being called to collectively reconnect to our inner fire and let that fuel us forward, onward towards our goals, like a bull charging toward that red cloth, right? And so reconnect to your fire and your confident ability to create and affect material, physical earth changes. Start with something small. Look, small sums, small profits. Start with something small. Make sure it's fun. Make sure it's fun, y'all. Make sure you're enjoying it. That's how you'll know you're growing and flourishing and victorious and successful, because it feels damn good. That's what Taurus is all about. Feelings, 5 physical senses: see, taste, touch, smell, hear, right? So let's get into it, y'all. You can start time stamping now to enter into the drawing at mid-month for a personal service that I offer. I'll offer a personal service. It'll be a full service. And so y'all, when y'all hear me break down these signs right now, this is not a full, I'm not going to do Taurus for an hour like I would as I offer my hour-long consult, right? And so it'll be around, I want to keep it under 15 minutes, but I'm not going to just like pigeonhole myself. So I'm going to go with the flow. We're going to go in the order I've been inspired to go in, relating to the energy, starting out with the fixed signs. And Taurus, of course, is in the sunlight, in the spotlight, with the sun being in Taurus, it being Taurus season. Happy, happy, happy Earth Day to all my mama's baby Tauruses. Let's go. Timestamp starts now for Taurus. Taurus, and for every sign, and for Tauruses, for those who are not Tauruses and are still listening, this message is for everybody. Whatever card I pull for the sign of that season, that's it. That's for everybody. All the cards are for everybody, but this one I want to make sure people. What did I put up on screen? We got 3 6s in the whole out of 4. And Taurus sets it off with a 6. Of course, this is a message for everybody. What I liked about this interpretation of you can see the website on the screen, but this is Keen, and they talk about the concept of the 6s in terms of being a concept, and they break it down in 3, and we got 3 out of 4 6s in our collective spread. And the 3 parts to the concept of the 6s in the entirety of the story of all of these cards is the first of the 3 parts, departure. The 6s all denote departures from the 5s. The 5s all what we just spent a period of time breaking down, that all of the 5s are changes. And so after any 5, which must have denoted some type of change, be it earth, air, fire, or water, we've got earth, physical, body, physical senses. And after any of these changes comes this departure. The fact that a 6 showed up and 3 of them showed up for us means that we've departed from we've been through some kind of change. And my God, if not the majority, if not all of us, say that, right? With everything that's been going on. So the collective message is that we've come up off of this change, and we've got to recognize it in these 3. We got 3. So this site just corroborates what we already got. The 3 stages to coming up off of these major changes. How beautiful is that? That Spirit would give us a message now for that. Don't waste Corona is what I heard it, and I've been saying it ever since. I love that. Don't waste this precious, priceless, valuable opportunity and time. The aces are gifts. It's a divine opportunity for us to open up to something new, something brilliant, okay? And so we're departing from this period of change right now, right? And then the second part of the 3-part concept is this journey, okay? And this encouragement to live in the present. Every present moment is a present. Don't waste it. The ace is a gift. It's a present. It's open up to it. Don't waste it. The hand of God is sticking out to us right now to give us something. With the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Air, it's something just. It's certainly victory. It is certainly, we've already dealt with that. We already know it's victory. So let's just leave it there for now so we can proceed on, that the hand of God is reaching out to all of us right now in some form or fashion, offering us victory. Open up to it. Live in the present moment. There's victory for us right now in the present moment to the degree that we open up our swords, our mind and our mouth. Likely right now, our mind. Like I said when we started out, reconnecting to our inner fire. Noah fire sign, outside of a Sagittarius, because it's the opposite of Gemini, the communicator. Outside of Sagittarius, Leo and Aries, not really doing a whole lot of talking per se. You know, every individual is different. You might be feeling with an Aries with a lot of Gemini in their chart. Hell, it's 2 signs away. It's like it could happen. So The third part of the concept, there's stay in the present. That's the point of the second part of the concept. Stay in the present. Live in the present moment, not in the past, not overly worried or anxious about the future. In the present, in that present moment. And breathing helps. Air. We're talking about the ace of air here, the gift of air, breath. Breath helps you stay present. Deep, long breaths, okay? Practice that during this season. It will be a gift to you. It will be victory to you and for you. The third part of the three-part concept of the sixes and the harmony that the sixes represent that comes after these tough times of change is the harmony itself. That's the final part of the six. The six is, okay? The outcome is going to be harmonious. The outcome of this Sun and Taurus season for all of us is going to be harmonious to the degree that we feel our way through the five physical senses. Remember, all of them. Smell our way through, see our way through, hear our way through, taste our way through, take off our shoes, relax our feet, party on down to the beat, walk barefoot in the grass. I'm giving y'all Taurian concepts here to help you conceptualize just what I mean about these three parts, okay? Because this is obviously a message for all of us during this time. I'll put this up here as well. I thought this was really interesting. It talks about similarly to the page we were just on. This is eclectic. That the sixes symbolize and represent the restoration, the presence of. I like restoration because, like the other side was saying, coming after the fives, coming after these periods of change. For us specifically, coming after, the ill health, the hard times, the rejection, the negative change in circumstances. There's a restoration of balance and harmony. And for us, with the six of fire that we got in the main six cards, victory, vindication, triumph, shared success, shared victory, winning, power, support, recognition, compliments, financial support, and financial success, and financial aid. So the restoration of it all is really the beautiful message that the fact that we got 3 sixes in our spread really represents, okay? But this one was talking about, maybe you didn't even know. Now that's how you know you're either living in denial, you are constantly under the influence of something, or you're just blissfully unaware. But this says maybe you didn't even know how uneven these fives, these changes. You didn't even know, oh, we were in a recession. We were in a damn pandemic. I didn't know. Maybe you didn't even know how uneven, how lopsided your life was. But now that you've met this person or thing, doesn't have to be a person or thing, your inner balance is restored. Now, I didn't even see this before I did the initial presentation, but the inner balance reminds me of the inner fire, right? I just wanted to point that back out again, because if you don't listen to anything else, this is the message I've already, in anything else I do at this point, breaking down the individual signs, that is going to be, as a matter of fact, I'm about to cut this off, y'all, and do us even more of a separate one. I'll let this one upload because clearly Spirit just had more messages for us all, and I don't want y'all to feel like, I'm belaboring the point, but clearly this is the point. I don't float with YouTube. I don't flow with, my supporters and all that, although I flow more with my supporters, my day ones. I flow way more into time in tune with them just because we've been at it the longest, y'all. It's been quite a few years now, so about 5, looking at the screen. But I'll cut it off here, y'all. This wraps up the part 2 of the main messages for the cards for everybody. I'll do the cards, and this will be part 1 for the cards. Just a recap of the general messages, and then part 2 will be the individual signs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's reconnect our inner fire so we can win. Reconnect our inner fire and open up to the gift that Spirit is offering right now. It's going to come in the form of a brilliant idea or a brilliant conversation or a brilliant reconnection to something of that nature. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see y'all over in the 12 signs video.